Duh.
Duh.
Yeah,
No
duh. Duh.
Who the
Fucking
bought Super Soakers? Richie, idiot, Richie.
Okay, let's get it.
It was always me versus the world. Until I found it's me versus me.
Ma, open the door.
Take us there, Bear.
Yes, Chef.
I know who you are.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, you're the most excellent CDC at the most excellent restaurant in the entire United States of America. So, what are you doing here, I guess?
Making sandwiches.
I really love you.
I really didn't even want to make this video, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. How long has it been? Like 3 months? Yeah, that's not a good excuse. That's never really stopped me before. The real reason I didn't want to make this video is because of the elephant in the room. The obvious elephant in the room. That season 3 about the critically acclaimed and beloved show about a workaholic Italian trauma-filled chef played by Lip Gallagher feels like half a damn season. Because unfortunately, yeah, it does. But if you thought that was gonna stop me from glazing this show,
Oh man.
you've probably seen lots of opinions, lots of takes about the show now, that something feels different about this season of The Bear. And I'll agree, this season definitely has a slight different feel to it compared to the first two. But for me, it's not as drastic as the community would make you think, for real. Because to me, this is the same bombastic, stress-inducing, chaos-filled environment I fell in love with in the first place. I think the slower pace and stagnancy of some of the characters this season is definitely intentional. Take Carmi, for example.
Hi.
Hi.
I said hi.
Did I not say something?
Carmi this entire season is still stuck in the freezer mentally ever since the finale of season 2. Not being able to move on, not being able to make sincere apologies to everyone in his life, which in extension is keeping everybody else frozen alongside him. There is still no slouching in the writers' room with The Bear. Everyone is back straight, 100% locked in on the banger ass character writing that the show is known for. That's basically what this season is all about, honestly. And if that's not why you're here, then why are you here?
Get out.
Because The Bear season 3 feels like part 1 to the eventual maybe Avengers Endgame of the story. I really didn't even want to do this video until the storytellers got time to cook, but then I said, nah. I have way too many things to talk about and share about one of my favorite shows on TV to wait until maybe next year for them to be done with season 4. Yeah, I can't wait till mid to next year 2025 to talk about this shit. We gotta get going right now. Season 3 focuses on the characters' personal journeys as opposed to an obvious climax, similar to what we had in season 1 and season 2. A sincere end to an arc. If this was an anime arc, say season 1 is the beef arc, season 2 is the, I don't know, building the bear arc, under construction arc, I don't know. All I know is season 3 has yet to have a name for itself for me. And if they stick the landing in season 4, I'm keeping receipts on every one of you motherfuckers that didn't believe in the writers. Trust me. The filler season argument did not escape me for a full 2 months while I was getting back to rewatch this show. And as a true glazer of The Bear, I hate it. The entire point of this video right now is to let you know off the bat that I don't think there's anything I hate or dislike in this season. This season for me is split into 2 categories basically. The good stuff and the so fuck it, let's just hop into it.
So tomorrow,
call you tomorrow. Probably when I get there.
Okay.
The first episode of season 3 is fucking cinema. Not even like the meme. Like actually, a goddamn movie. By how much they wanted to flex their cinematography this time around for honestly not only this episode, but the entire damn season. This is the best the show has ever looked. There isn't an episode of TV I can put to memory that is quite like episode 1 of season 3 of The Bear. There isn't much yapping. There's no chaos really. Just straight eye candy visual storytelling. And I'll be honest, Chris, my guy, I think you might be a motherfucking dog for this. The fact that you're able to just turn off the sound to an episode and still be able to follow everything that's going on is just S tier levels of storytelling in my eyes. How that shit should be done. Episode 1 also just feels like one big reflection episode to what Carmy has been through so far as he tries to figure out how to move on from his big crash out at the end of season 2. And I remember asking in my OG video 2 months ago that I wanted to see more of Carmy's time learning to be a chef. And I'll be honest,
This is exactly what I've been waiting for.
I just said that shit. I really didn't think I was about to get it. Chris, I know you did that for me, my boy. That's real sweet of you. Getting to see the birth of Carmy's OCD, culinary tics, him falling in love with fine dining, everything about it, training with Adam Warlock, him going to Copenhagen, seeing the start of why he's so used to a toxic work environment.
Fuck you.
I'm like, what do you say fuck me for?
It's basically everything I asked for, put to screen in 4K Ultra HD, and I am so grateful. Little to no dialogue for a whole 30 minutes. These crazy ass dudes literally just made film porn for every aspiring filmmaker out there, big and small. And yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. Side note though, but does anybody else think that Jeremy Allen's locked in face as Carmy is fucking hilarious? He always puckers up his lips like he's mewing, and I don't know, he just looks so funny to me. I love the scene of him just whooping Luca's ass at everything, making a certain line from season 1 have a lot more context.
And this other chef started the same day as me, and I thought we were competition, but really we weren't. Like, he was better than me, much better than me. He worked harder and faster than I ever could. And it was the first time I realized that I wasn't the best.
I'd look at them like they were a competition, like I'm gonna smoke this motherfucker.
It truly feels like this episode was a showcase of seeing who Carmy really is if you haven't gotten it by now, and why he runs his restaurant the way he does during this season. It's the subtle shit, bruh. He gets verbally abused until he finds out that his asshole mentor's bullying is actually working, but in the worst way. So he doubles down on his work, ignoring Sugar's call about Mikey unaliving himself. There's just so many payoffs to offhand dialogue moments from episode 1 alone that get paid off in the premiere of season 3.
Also, I'm sorry. I didn't make it to the funeral. I sent flowers, and I really hope that they look nice.
I don't know, I wasn't there. How long is this gonna take?
The full circle moment of Sydney trying Carmy's food for the first time.
Best meal you ever had?
Yeah, it was Carmy's.
I knew it. Yeah.
And also, more Afro Sydney, please. This is a good look. And I know y'all might look at me crazy, but I actually really love episode 2.
Hey, what are you doing here?
What am I doing here? Hold on. It's coming to me. Oh yeah, I remember now. I own the place. So whatever the fuck I want.
Sorry.
The shortest episode of the season, which is basically a bottle episode of people just yapping at each other back and forth in one room. Go figure, that's that shit I like. It's no secret that I'm a psychopath that enjoys chaos, and I know this episode feels like a prequel to the superior episode that comes after it, but I think it has its merits on its own.
Quit. Yeah, why'd they quit?
Because they didn't want to work in a, quote, dysfunctional kitchen.
Show me a functional one.
Turn it up.
Oh, that's for me.
What is it now?
None ya.
What's none?
None your fucking business. Got him.
Besides being a, classic The Bear argument episode, just letting the actors go back and forth. I love how the episode is just like reintroducing you to the characters like it's a fucking sitcom entrance.
The place, is that what you think mise en place means?
Good morning, team. How's everybody feeling?
For one, I want to talk about how much the show this season puts an emphasis on people and the culinary arts itself. There are so many shots and random scenes in this episode, as well as the finale, of people that I'm guessing are actual chefs and renowned owners of amazing restaurants in real life around the world. And I just love how episode 2 just feels like a fucking commercial for the foodie world of Chicago. Like, Chris, bro, I'm not moving to Chicago. You don't gotta keep trying to sell me on it. These scenes for the show don't just feel random for me, or just like random B-roll to fill episode runtime space. I think it speaks to what the showrunners wanted this season's theme to be, which is how much detail goes into an art that you're really passionate about. Something I understand to a T. This series isn't over yet, and the writers know what they want to do. I genuinely believe that they already know where they want the story to go. I think season 3 is the details about every character we're going to need so that we can understand season 4. It's like someone telling you a crazy story about their life, and if they tell that story well, they give you the details that help you understand the story in a more meaningful way. That's what season 3 is for me. It's about the details. You can call it a filler season all you want, my dude. And maybe in some ways it is. But I've watched a lot of anime in my life, and I don't think you know what real filler looks like. So honestly, you all should feel grateful. But I don't care what anybody says. Episode 3 is one of the best episodes of the show. Argue in the comments.
You wanna call it?
Your turn, Chef.
Come on, lizards. We're open.
Doors!
Doors!
I fucking love Doors. I already knew, since it's another one of those classic high-speed, fastly edited montage style The Bear episodes. I already knew it was gonna sit comfy in my mind with episodes like Review, like Fishes, like Forks, as one of those episodes I can constantly replay because it gives me that good dopamine of chaotic energy that I crave from this show.
I have a bill in my hands for $11,268 for butter. Buddy, what is it? The fucking rare Transylvanian 5-titted goat? We cannot fucking keep this up.
It's Orwellian.
It's dystopian butter?
What?
What are you talking about?
No. Orwell, Vermont.
Orwell, Vermont.
Yes.
Of course. I'm gonna send him 20 fucking grand.
It's the best.
Oh yeah, suck me.
Showing off a full month of service at the Bear and all of its beautiful chaos in one episode was just chef's kiss to me. And is exactly the type of stuff I wanted to see for the new season. Since, season 2 for me was mainly about building the new restaurant, I kind of was scared that we wouldn't get the same feeling of anxiety that we got from the beef in season 1. I love how the whole episode is just Carmy trying to run from his problems, which has him operating at super speed, which in turn gets him pissed because people can't keep up with him because no one else is running from their problems like he is.
The fuck?
Hey. I need you to calm down.
They're going too fucking slow.
I'm not asking. You need to calm down. I'm not your fucking babysitter.
Like I always say, good character writing always comes first to me. And if your main character doesn't want to move forward because it's in character for him not to, I don't see why people should have a problem with Carmy's arc this season feeling stagnant. Because guys, I think that's what they were going for.
Carmy is a character, I've realised this over 3 seasons now. My issue with him is that he is completely humorless as a person. Sure. Now, I'm not saying he needs to be cracking jokes or laughing all the time. And I understand that you have this contrast where he is surrounded by people who are broken, damaged, crazy, and he's very stoic, calm, well, not calm, but stoic, fixed in the middle, serious. But
I'm not built like that, man. I had a stutter when I was a kid. I was scared to speak half the time. I got shitty grades because I couldn't pay attention in school. I didn't get into college. I didn't have any girlfriends. I don't think I'm funny.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay.
I find it funny how all this shit for real ran smoother when Carmi was stuck in the freezer than actually on the line. It's like, yeah, they probably wouldn't get a star anytime soon, but at least it wouldn't be as toxic of a work environment it is now. Because I'm not gonna lie, that scene of Fak bringing the food back inside like a robot actually had me dying.
Bro, really?
And as someone who doesn't know shit about fine dining, I think it's crazy to find out the things that I do about it from this show. Like not being able to substitute food, even if you're allergic to it, like...
Wait, is it a modification?
No. Customer requests no mushrooms.
Is it a modification or an allergy?
It doesn't. The guy says he doesn't like mushrooms.
No, it doesn't fucking matter. If he doesn't like mushrooms, doesn't have to eat the mushrooms.
It's not about you. It's about the fucking customer.
Sid, fucking deal with him.
This episode also emphasizes the state of Carmi and Richie's relationship, which as of right now hasn't been the same since the season 2 fallout, and I love that it carries over throughout the rest of the season. Like, these dudes said some diabolically hurtful stuff to each other, mainly Carmi, that wasn't gonna be fixed by Carmi's monotone mid-ass apology over the phone.
Chef Carmen uses power phrases because he's a baby replicant who's not self-actualized, which is maybe why he repeatedly referred to me as a loser.
Richie, I apologize.
No, it's all good. I don't need your apology. I know how you feel now. Also, I respect your honesty and bravery from inside a locked vault.
You know what? Matter of fact, Chef Sydney, I don't remember Richard apologizing for all the shit. He was literally screaming at me while I was in the
Like
fridge.
I love you?
No. What?
Richie literally saved the opening night of the restaurant, and Carmi rewards him by calling him a loser and a deadbeat dad.
And I'm sitting there like going, what?
Like, wow. That's really crazy. And if you haven't noticed, this season puts a clear emphasis on asshole Carmi. Well, a bigger asshole than what he already was, I guess. Carmi turning more and more into his psychopathic mentor for the sake of keeping the restaurant open and operating at the highest level just makes sense at this point in the narrative. His journey as a person isn't gonna improve just from a couple therapy sessions, and looking back on it, I don't even remember if he even went to therapy this season, to be honest. Another highlight episode is, of course,
we got this toilet back there that, like, I mean, the thing's possessed. It just keeps fucking exploding.
because it's now Tina's turn to get her own episode. Because either way, Napkins is obviously one of the best episodes of the series now. Basically being a standalone Tina carried episode, directed by Io herself, basically showing off her journey that led her to work at the Beef and meet Mikey. Just another episode reinforcing the themes of the show overall, and how this is that real shit that caters to the working man, a real blue collar type of show, basically putting you in the headspace of someone that a lot of middle-aged men and women can relate to on a deeper level. Her convo with Mikey about being jealous of how ambitious and hungry the next generation is really struck a chord in me, because yeah, that's just kind of true.
I was there for 15 years at the place that fired me.
That's brutal.
Brutal. And when I'm applying for all these jobs, it's all kids, right? They look like kids.
Is that not the fucking worst?
Yeah, but also beautiful, you know?
Why? How so?
They seem like hungry, you know? And I was thinking to myself, like, maybe I lost that in myself.
Yeah.
You know, like I get anxious to pay the rent, like to pay for groceries, like real shit, right? And I was thinking it would be real easy for me to get really angry at these kids, like, fuck them kids. They don't know shit. They haven't been through nothing. They don't know real stress. But I'm also like, I would give anything to be one of them motherfuckers.
Dude, so fucking true.
People my age kinda want the world.
I don't need to be inspired. I don't need to be impassioned. I don't need to make magic. I don't need to save the world, you know? I just want to feed my kid, you know?
Ice chips. This is an episode that will easily be memorable in my head as the Sugar Has a Baby episode, and also the return of the most polarizing character in the show at this point, Donna Berzato, played by Jamie Lee fucking Curtis. And let me just tell you, something about this episode, Jesus Christ, that first watch was rough, but not for a bad reason or anything. Not yet anyway. It's because I legit think this is one of the most realistically done pregnancy scenes ever put to screen. Usually it's, oop, baby's coming, snap your fingers, and the baby's already here. Or you could just do the horrifying shit that Twilight did. And it doesn't help that The Bear is a show that loves its close-up shots to let the actors truly display variations of deep emotion. And let me just say, Abby Elliott murdered acting like she was in labor.
Please stop! I am fucking breathing! I wouldn't be alive! Shut the fuck up!
Because I legit thought that I was pregnant at some point while watching. Episode 8 feels like an episode you shouldn't be here for. It feels like I'm intruding on an intimate ass moment of a mother and a daughter reconciling their feelings for each other thanks to new life. I don't feel like I should be here. I love how the finale of season 2 puts emphasis on how Sugar kept Donna away from her pregnancy in fear of her doing too much like she always does, just for when she needs her the most, in her most dire moment of her life, she's right there for her. And that's that real shit. I love how watching their mom in this episode, you can see every facet of her 3 children in this episode and the previous. Mikey and his addiction issues and just charismatic nature overall, as well as his love for storytelling. Carmi and his little tics. Donna has like 12th dimension levels of ADHD that can just make her constantly keep moving like a walking ball of anxiety in your face. And you can see where her son gets all his weird quirks from. And Natalie, I don't know her gender. I also love hearing the story of how each sibling was born, being a metaphor towards their characterization.
And then, you know, Michael was born, and the doctor said it was an amazing birth because somehow I guess he had gotten sort of twisted up inside there right up until the last minute, literally to the last second. It was kind of like he wanted to stay in there. And then Carmen, he took so long. It was so hard and so scary because he kept getting stuck and they just kept having to move me. And I remember, seriously, from the beginning, it was fucked.
Tell me about me.
It was beautiful.
Really?
Yeah. You were beautiful. And then Natalie.
That was just such a cool way to describe each of those characters. But this is the first season of The Bear that I didn't completely love watching the whole way through. And to be honest, the more I think about it, my gripes are not that serious at all, but they still have to be addressed. Where the fuck did Marcus go this season? It almost feels like we had this big build up to this fall for him with his mother's passing, and then Marcus just poof, vanished. Where the fuck did he go for half the season? Where my boy at? I know he's sad. I know he's grieving. But like, is that the only thing my boy has to add? Is that the only thing he got to say? You know, I miss my dog being a vital part of the cast.
Look how they massacred my boy.
Like season 3 now, he's just in the back making donuts. Like quiet. Like, don't get me wrong, we love the donuts, the cakes, the whole shebang. But damn, I want to know how he's feeling about the state of the restaurant right now. Is it only Richie and Sydney that have a problem with Carmi Crash Out over here? I want Marcus back. Period.
Hey, yo, Carm, you
Come on in here!
Help! Help!
No!
Please!
Like I said before, season 3 of The Bear as a whole is weird to me because no episode doesn't need to be here, obviously, and every episode is about a specific subject while continuing the narrative. But in the grand scheme of things, to me, on how I feel about the season, ultimately feel unmemorable when I look back on it. And it's not like we're getting 24 episode seasons here like some anime or a fucking CW show where there's a lot of duds sprinkled in between the good stuff. Because my least favorite episodes of season 3 aren't even bad, because the writers of The Bear don't set out to make filler episodes or anything to waste our time. So calling this season a filler season is very, very disrespectful. I don't fuck with that. But the episodes ultimately just feel like interludes in the album. You know what I mean? The album starts off good with 3 bangers in a row, then maybe has a slower record or a skit in between to give a cohesion and concept. That's how Violet and Children feel for me within season 3 of The Bear. But like I said, the substance within the episode matters. It matters, and it isn't bad. None of this is bad. That's what it is right there. The and stuff. You see? Not bad. Violet feels like the flat line of the high that was Doors, and Children feels like a continuation of the overarching dread of The Bear maybe failing as a business, while also just making it the fact episode randomly. No, look, I know the facts are one of the more so things people have to take away from the season. Damn near feels like they're trying to soft launch a spin-off about the family, and I'll be honest, I'm listening.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
I don't really have a problem with the facts. I think they're pretty funny. His brother being there the whole time though is kinda a lot, not gonna lie. And not to mention special guest John Cena! The facts being this flamboyant handyman mom and pop company connected to Carmi's family is fun world building, I guess. But I do hope they dial it back a smidge in season 4. The facts are home to one of my other small gripes about the show, is that The Bear is very, very well known for occupying the space of its episodes with people yelling and screaming at each other. That's cool, right? We all love that. But I feel what I've slowly begun to notice is how much The Bear loves its long-winded back and forth convos with 2 actors that feel like they're mostly ad-libbing with random stories. This is an aspect of the show that makes the characters feel different from other shows. These feel like real live convos with real people. No exposition machines, just real convos. There's this scene with Sweeps and the fact that feels like they're not even acting, and it's so well done to me.
Because dude, you were the shit. Fucking left fielder.
Yeah.
Hitting the ball.
Mm-hmm. I was a stud, yeah.
Yeah.
How do you know so much about AAA baseball?
I used to put some money on some shit. I used to watch.
Okay.
I used to put, I used to have a couple parlays going, if you will. A couple parlays going.
I hear you, bro.
You know?
I hear you.
But I knew about you.
Yeah?
That's why I had to ask.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Maybe I was just tired my first time watching season 3, but is it just me? Or did it feel like Jamie Lee was yapping her head off in that hospital? It's in character, of course, but thankfully rewatching this season made me realize just how nice that conversation was. But because the episode is already kind of a bottle episode in episode 8, the second half not having cuts back to anything or anyone kinda drags it down almost. I really started losing attention on Jamie Lee's 3rd yap session. Now be real, I'm okay if that's just a me problem. Honestly, comment below if you feel the same about this take. I just had to let it be known.
Legacy, you think about it?
I think about getting through Wednesday.
I can never remember what happens inside episode 7, and I hate that. Remember how I said in my original video how I can tell what every episode is just by looking at the titles? I can't do that for some of these episodes in season 3, and it bothers me because episode 7 is home to some of my favorite shots of the show to date. Like, yes, somebody cooked there. This episode has more fact shenanigans, more Sydney being indecisive about leaving the bear for a better opportunity, something I want to talk about more, but I'll only do that once season 4 drops, sorry. But ultimately, I think Legacy was my least favorite episode of the season, substance-wise. Even though I think there's some good conversations in here with the characters, talking about their futures, their children and all that. But remember, not bad. The stuff. Okay? You can't get mad at me for that. As for episode 9, apologies. I'm a little more certain on how I feel about it. An entire episode about the different ways all these characters suck at communicating what they're feeling to each other at this point in the story due to the stress they're under. My favorite part, honestly, was Carmi's talk with Cicero, because Cicero is just always funny as fuck.
Sometimes I wish I'd have done more.
Want more?
No, it's your mom, Mikey. You know, fucking crazy shit.
What could you have done?
Could have tried.
Season 3 to me is about a lot of different things, which leads to me being super indecisive and uncertain on how I feel, because I like so many things about all of these episodes, even the ones that I think are but ultimately I think it's a season about avoiding things.
Your mom wants you to call her. That's the baby.
Yeah, no. I figured. When did you see her?
But help me with something. You've been fucking avoiding it, have you?
Yeah, hoping it would just go away.
Well, only one way to make that happen.
What's that?
Just run right the fuck into it.
Avoiding things that you are inevitably going to have to confront. And some do. Natalie finally confronts her mom, but our 3 main leads do not confront anything, which leaves the to be continued sign at the end of the finale really make people want to punch their TVs. Because obviously, Carmi still has to apologize to Claire. Sydney has to decide if she can trust Carmi as the business partner ultimately. Richie has to fucking RSVP for his ex-wife's wedding. And I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. At least Claire finally gets some scenes in the ER, you know? Another high stressful job that could have been shown in season 2 to connect these two together more, to make her feel like a real person, not some snow bunny dream girl. And even still, I don't think we even get to see enough of her and what she does, because people still hate Claire, and I just find it hilarious.
I am never going to care about Claire. Ever, ever, ever. And I really need the writers of The Bear to understand this, because no matter what they do, I don't give a shit about Claire.
At this point, the only way I see Claire becoming a likable character to the fandom is if we give her her own episode. Maybe an entire episode flashback about that story she told Carmi, or something like that. That would be a cool episode to delve into her mind more and get people off her ass. But I don't know. If she gets a solo episode before Ibra, I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about that. And of course, the weirdest episode of the season to me, and I hope to nobody's surprise.
It feels like I've been starting forever.
Yeah, the finish line keeps moving.
Yeah, that happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In a season where Carmi is too locked in to visit his newborn niece, the finale has him going to the funeral dinner of his mentor's restaurant, ever, as Sensei Terry from last season retires from the chef life, something I imagine Carmi wish he could do right at this moment. The best scene of the episode is obviously finally getting a confrontation between Carmi and his asshole mentor. I love the juxtaposition of people sharing these happy stories about food versus Carmi not saying a single word the whole time. Not one story to tell. Just eye daggers from across the room thinking about stabbing bro with a fork probably. I'm surprised bro didn't hit him with the Mikey special. To the people that don't understand this convo or why Carmi's mentor did what he did to him, he saw that Carmi was the best in the kitchen, but he could be better. And since he also became a legendary chef by somebody twisting a knife in his back, he said, yeah, why not pass the poison down until that mentee perfects their craft? That seems like a very positive work environment to be in. But he also could have just been jealous of Carmi's talents, but I don't know. Like Carmi said, he's kind of just a terrible person and he knows it.
You gave me ulcers and panic attacks and nightmares. You know that, right? You understand that?
Yeah, I gave you confidence and leadership and ability. It fucking worked.
I'm fucking stunned right now.
Dude, you need to unclutch your pearls.
Wow.
Nigga, I'm going home. You can clearly tell for this season, they sacrificed story progression for more character development, and I feel like it's up to season 4 to see whether or not that was worth it or not. And I know I'm a glazer of this show and I will defend it until I die. But the stigma in the media that this is a bad season is a load of barnacles. The characters, the acting, all of it is at its apex. I enjoy watching the characters deal with the first few months of the restaurant opening and getting to watch Carmi continuing to alienate those around him and vanish into this mania because it feels appropriate for his arc. People are so concerned with push in all of the media they consume that they forget to stop and take the time to enjoy it. I don't need to sprint to the finish line, and I think that's what we have to realize when we look back on this season 4. Because I'm not gonna lie, like I said, it was hard making this video because I hate talking about something that I feel is only one half of a puzzle. The show as a whole is more about the characters and their experiences than the actual restaurant. More specifically, it's about the bear the person rather than the bear the restaurant. Which sounds pretentious as hell, but it's the truth, bro. You gotta believe me. The goal of season 3 was to force Carmi's hand and inspire him to change. Because he has to change. The season starts with a massive trauma dump in the first episode and ends with Carmi confronting a lot of that trauma in the last episode. And all I ask is that you please let Marcus do stuff again. Please give him stuff to do again.
That's all I'm asking. Literally all I'm asking.
Now, I'm not really one for liking to promote my own stuff. I kind of just like making stuff I'm passionate about and just letting people feel the way how they feel about how I feel. But I genuinely think y'all should check out my video on this Korean drama show called The Glory. It's a show about a girl getting bullied and plotting for 18 years to get her revenge on the people that wronged her. It's based off a true story and it's an extremely well written, basically one of the most immersive pieces of TV I've ever seen in the last few years. It kind of went down in popularity since it only came out a year ago and it doesn't really have any buzz around it anymore. And of course, me being Mr. Late to Everything didn't think to make a video last year for it. And I gotta say thank you, honestly. Thank you to all the people that really love my videos. I work hard on them, obviously. Some are long as fuck. Since I don't really trust anybody to edit my videos for me yet, maybe eventually in the future we'll see. But I genuinely think that the Glory video is one of the best videos I've ever made to date. And I feel like if my main core audience is people that watch anime, you can watch a K-drama, bro. Oh shit, I forgot to rank the season. 8 out of 10? This is definitely likely to change if season 4 does what it needs to.
I hope so.
Did you tell me this was over? There ain't no use talking it over. Why didn't you try to tell me sooner? Why didn't you tell me it was over?